Proceed.
Okay, so you're all welcome to today's Zoom. So as we all know, I don't know if we have new people here, but we are here to talk about cryptocurrency trading, cryptocurrencies with an artificial intelligence robot. So we are making use of RoyalQ. We started using RoyalQ in 2021. I'm just doing a sharp summary. So before we go into why we are here today, today is all about practical, showing how to, as we are approaching the bull run, or we have already started, how you are going to be migrating your trade settings small into this bull run to maximize it. Though we have a good number of months to enjoy the ride, it lasts more than 1 year plus. So we have so many months to enjoy the ride. So for those, I'm going to share my screen. So we go straight right into today's topic. If you are new here today, you should just know that we are talking about RoyalQ. RoyalQ is an artificial intelligence robot that is being designed to trade cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies are digital tenders. So they are legal tenders that you use to make, you can use it to make payments. So they are digital assets. It's just like your gold. Gold is physical assets. So cryptocurrency are digital assets. So when you have them equally, you also have money. So we have made that for, if you are coming new today, just join us. Today's Zoom is for practical. For those that already have the robots and want to explain how to use the robots. So if you are coming today, you join us and just learn. So I'm going to share my screen so we go straight. Okay. So this is our RoyalQ. This is the home page. This is the home page, and you can link. As I hope you can all see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so at the top here, you can see the exchanges. So all these things, we like you all know, or those coming, our trading capital, we don't send it to RoyalQ. Our trading capital stays in our exchanges, and RoyalQ uses up to 7. So Binance, OB, Coinbase, Indodax, Kekren, Bybit, and OKX. So these are the exchanges you can connect. If you have all of them, you can link them to your activated RoyalQ app. So if you want to swap, if you want to check, you just click select. Everything on Hobby will start displaying. If you are trading with Coinbase, if you select, everything on Coinbase will start displaying. So let me use Binance. So this is the Binance interface. We have the API binding, the revenue details. Yeah, this revenue details up. That is where we see our profits. That is where we see our profits. Then we have the reward details. That is where you see your rewards. We have assets page. Assets is where we skip our gas fees. So these are gas fees. We have to share our invitation code. This is where you see your invitation codes to share if you want to register someone. Then we have the user guide. If you want to learn new things or you want to learn things about RoyalQ, you find all these things here in the user guide, the mentor, and the more. So let's go straight to why we are here. In the course of, as we have entered the bull run, we have the post-bull run, we have the pre-bull run, the pre-bull run. means the bull run that will happen before the halving, because we are expecting Bitcoin halving in April 2024. So before then, people will start buying crypto. People will start buying crypto, and they will people more, the higher percentage of those that bought, they will refuse to sell. And once they refuse to sell, in demand and supply, once a particular product is being held, just like fuel station, if 20 fuel stations service a community, and in a day, maybe the next day, like 18 fuel stations they close, they will say they don't have fuel, but they are just holding it. They don't want to sell. You see, the other two that will be selling, they can increase their price. So that is what will happen. That is what we have been seeing now. The trend is already there. People don't want to sell their crypto again. Once they start holding the crypto and more people are buying more, the prices of the crypto will be increasing. So now, as prices of crypto is increasing, I know most of people here, you started RoyalQ in the bear season. So we have used margin calls. Some people have used like 20 margin calls, 40 margin calls, 15 margin calls. Yes, that's the settings for the bear market. So I don't know. Okay, before I go into signals, before I will start explaining these signals, let me just talk on the trade settings. Let me give explanation. Then when we come here, we will now apply it. So I'll give explanation. So let's, for instance, the trades here is sushi. So once you see this signal, okay, let me just explain the meaning of the trade settings first. Then we'll now analyze how to enter the one shot. Then we'll now also analyze those trading with the BS, how to convert your BS settings to the bull run settings. So how to convert it so that you will not have 100% capital and you find out that you're only using 10% to be trading, expecting the coins to drop, but you can see all through from that December, January, coins might not drop more than 20-30%. So we'll get to that too. So let me just explain the trades, the trade settings. So let me just click on any coin here. Okay, so this is 1 inch. Let me click on create, martingale strategy, create. Feel free to create your own strategy, more flexible. Next. Okay, so if I click on trade settings, some people might see their own on smart create. Please change it to manually create. Yeah, manually create. Now my template, choose the strategy settings. This one is if you have saved your settings. We'll still touch this one. This my template is where you import. Maybe you have a save settings. You have a safe settings for $100. You have trading capital. You have a trade settings for $200 trading capital. You have a settings for $300 trading capital. So any coin you want to enter like this, you just click on choose strategy. You will not see all the settings. You now select any one. So it's very faster. In the bull season that we are entering, your entry time matters. They might tell you that you might see a signal that said they just drop a signal and they said enter with the current market price. If you are not fast to set all these things, you will notice that the coin has started going up already. When some people are already in 0.6% profits, floating profits, you are just starting your trade because you delayed. So that is why I said that we'll do this practical zoom today. So the first buy-in amount is what you are telling the robot to start this trade with. You have $100, you have $200 to trade a coin. and your first buy amount is like 70, 60. We'll talk about trade capital management. We'll talk about how to manage your capital. Maybe if you have $600, you can divide it into 3 to 200, 200, 200. That is 3 to trade 3 coins in the bull season. But let me explain. Hello, who is? Hello, because you meant everybody. Okay. Okay, so let me continue. So we have the first buy-in amount, which is 15. The default is 15 USDT. So that is the amount you want your robot to start the trade with. Now, please listen. First buy is if you start 15 and you have $100 and your first buy is 15, the robot will take $15 and enter a trade. Now watch, if the trade starts going up, maybe your whole position take profit ratio 2%. If the trade starts going up immediately once you start the trade, you remember your trade capital is $100, but your first buy is $15. If the trade starts going up and reach 2%, and the robot sells your trigger price is being triggered for sale, and the robot now gives you maybe 1.8% or 2.2%, it will calculate it on this $15, which is your first buy amount. Please listen. So people might say, I have $100 or I have $500, but the profit I'm making is small. Yes, you have to understand the market, know the market, the coin you are entering, know if it's uptrend or if it's going down. I will show you how to identify uptrend or if the coin is going downtrend. If the coin is just coming up, that is already built, it has already built up the support and is already going up, then you now enter first buy in amount $15 and you have $200, and the coin now start going up and give you 2% profit. It will be 2% on your $15. The only money you have in your account is in the trade. Inside the trade is 15. Let me show you something. Since I have in this account, my account, I have a running trade. Let me show you. Okay. So if you watch here, position amount, look at this position amount bracket USDT up here. You can see 113.6 USDT. Position amount USDT. It means the total amount of USDT that is inside this coin that the robot have used to buy this coin. If it has bought margin, you will see number of margin calls here, 7. This 7 here means the number of margin calls it has bought, it's 7. The total amount of USDT that includes the first buy amount plus the 7 margin calls, the USDT for everything there is 113.6. That is the total USDT in the trade. Now, if you are trading, we will now go to strategy mode. If your strategy mode is on warehouse, this whole warehouse mode, this first one, what the robot will do for you, and your take profit is 2%. Once it goes up and sell that 2%, it will calculate 2% on the position amount USDT, anything that is here. So let me go back. To where we had before. So you understand what the first buy-in amount. It means what the USDT the robot will start with. That is what will be in this first buy amount. Now, if you notice that this coin is on uptrend and the signal, the one-shot signal came and say, enter with current margin price 2%. Now, instead of, and you have $200 to trade this coin, and you know that the signal is for one shot. Instead of you to use 15, you have seen you will see before you enter any stuff, you will see the graph. Before you enter in RoyalQ, before you select any coin, you will see the graph here. So you see it before you click on create to create so you will see. Now, for instance, look at this red place. Let's say this red place that this coin at this price, 0.346. 0.346. So you can see it has touched down this first red at 0.3464. Look at the second red it touched down. It should be around that 0.369, this second red. So if you enter this coin at this position, you know that it has already touched these two supports, and the signal have come. So you know that yes, this coin is going up. If you have 200%, if you have 200 trade capital, you are not advised in the program we are entering now, you're not advised to use $15, because you see that this coin it's already down and it's already started showing green. It has already started going up. So for you to rush and pick 2% out of this signal, because the signal came, any one shot signal that is coming is when they have already see it that the price is already down and it have tested two supports down, maybe 0.3464, and it went up. It came down to 0.364 and it did not pass that point, and it started going up again. So that signal will come. So all you have to do once you observe, this signal is an uptrend, you click on trade settings. Once you come to the coin trade settings, what you have to set, if your capital is 100, divide it by 250. If what you want to use to trade this coin is 200, divide it by 200. If you want to trade this capital is 500, divide it by 250. So you set the first buy amount immediately. Maybe what you want to use to trade this coin is $200. You set it the first buy, and you come to the hold position take profit. This one, the hold position take profit ratio. Put what if the signal is 5%. If you are patient enough, you put 5. If you are not patient enough, you put 2. If you are semi-patient, you put 3 or you put 4. Try not to go above what the signal says, but you can go below what the signal say. So if the signal says 5, you can put 3, you can put 4, you can put the 5, depending on how patient you want to be. You understand? Then if you are trading with 1,000, if maybe your trading capital is 1,000, you want to use 1,000 for this coin. Maybe you have like $10,000. You want to use 1,000 for this signal. You divide it by 5, you divide it by 2, that is 500. You keep 500 in case the coin wants to retrace by 20, by 10, by 5, or by 10. Some of the signal comes with the possible retracement, the percentage of the retracement it can go. I will explain that when we get there. So you start with 500. If your trade capital is 1,000, you want to enter this, and you have seen that the coin is on uptrend, because most of the signals you'll be seeing, most of the signals you'll be entering, what it will say is only your first buy amount. If a coin is pumping and you see and they give you the signal, and anything you set here, if you have 500 and you are afraid and you put 15 and you set 3% and you save is a one-shot signal. So you change this cycle, you click it and it will turn to one shot. You save immediately. You save, you set the presets. If the signal is with presets, some signals you see presets, You come to this first preset buy-in amount here. You will not put the price the signal came with. You will not put the price the signal came with. You click on confirm. Once you click on confirm before you start, I'm going to explain the preset, how to check it with the current price. Look at the current price, it's always showing you up here. And the preset price is from the signal. So I will explain how to check both. But what I'm explaining here now, I've explained the first buy-in amount. Please, if your AI margin call is on, please off it. Off it. Okay. Then for those that, okay, as we are entering the bull run now, you can on because we will not be using more margin calls in the bull run. So you can on your AI margin call. What AI margin calls does is for people that don't want to set more margin. Maybe you want to use like 2 margin calls. You can on your AI margin call. AI margin call is if the trigger price to buy margin 1, maybe your margin 1 now, okay, since your trading capital is 200 for this coin and you have started with 100, you know that you'll be left with 100, another 100 to make it 200. You'll be left with 200 to set up the margin. Maybe the signal said it will cover 2.5, 5% drop. So you can put 2.5 here. The second one, 2.5. Then the times, since our first buy, I will still explain all these things, but let me just be following. I will still come back to explain when we get to margin configuration. I will explain what margin call is. So let's just be doing. So I will just explain. I want to explain how that AI margin call works. So let's just say 0.5, which is 50. I will still explain how to calculate all this. So confirm. So what the AI margin calls will do now, maybe you start this coin and the coin, instead of going up, the coin started going down. Instead of the coin going up, when immediately you enter the signal, instead of the coin going up, it now start going down. When it gets to this, your first call, this 2.5 position, the reduction, you know the drop here, it means when the coin is going down. So when it gets to 2.5, because of this AI margin call you on, it will not sell immediately. It will not buy, it will not buy your margin 1 immediately. It will wait and see if when it gets to 2.5 and the drop, that coin did not drop any further. That is before this AI margin will allow your margin 1 to buy. But if the coin, after dropping to 2.5, start dropping again, more than 2.5 drop, this robot will not buy your margin 1. It will continue recording all the drop be going. That is why we have been offering it when we are trading in the bear market, because we already have more margin calls. But now that we are trading in the bull season, and you're only using 2 margin calls or 3 fewer margin calls, you should activate the AI margin call. It will help you, your robot will help you to take the drop. So even if this coin now drops fast to 10%, maybe there was a sharp, once you enter the trade, there was a sharp drop, that your first margin call will not buy the first margin at 2.5. It will take it down to that 10% and buy. It will now buy at that lower price. Immediately the coin now starts going up, it will buy your margin 1. If you off this, before we used to off AI margin call. When you off this AI margin call, it just works with the callback function. So when it gets to your 2.5, it triggers. It must triggers immediately. Then check for anytime there is a callback. There's a callback a callback of 0. A buy-in callback of 0. Depending on what you set, the percentage before it will buy your margin. So that is the difference of AI margin calls. So I believe I've been able to explain AI margin calls. Then this double position, this double open position doubled. If you mistakenly open position doubled, is maybe you are trading this coin with $200 now. All your settings is okay, 200, and you now added another 200. Instead of you to start coming to your settings to edit anything, you just open the double position. What the robot will be doing now, it will be timesing them by 2. Since you started with 200 and you added another 200 in your Binance, you just you want to use it, you want to increase your capital from 200 to 400, you just click on double. Everything will be doubled. So that is for it. Then the margin call limits. I hope we are following. Hello, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Okay. The margin
You
call
are.
limits
You are.
here. The margin call limits here is the points. I will still explain margin when we get to margin configuration. Margin call limit is how many points you want to create when the coin starts dropping. How many points you want to create. Okay, since I started with $200 and I've used $100 as my first buy, I'm left with $100 and I want to use 25 to buy each margin. 25 divided by 100 is 4. It means that here will be 4. Do you understand the calculation? You have $200 to trade a one-shot signal. You have already used 100 as your first buy. You are now keeping 100 in case there is a retracement. Crypto cannot continue pumping forever. Even if we are in bull season and coins might push 10% up and reduce by 3%, and push again 5% up and reduce by 3%, and push again. All we know in the bull season is that the pushing, the upward pushing, will be greater than any retracement it will be doing. So now you are putting it that you want to be getting all those retracements, you want to be buying the coins cheaper at any of those retracements. So you have started with $100 and the remaining $100 now you want to divide it by 25. You want to use 25 to buy each margin. Now, for you to get the margin call limit, you will do 100 divided by 25. That means 25 will go into 100 4 times. So that is how we got limits here. But if the signal now came that the drop they are expecting, the retracement that this coin can do is 3%. Okay, and you have $100 to buy margin. You can say, okay, 3%, I want to use the drop of 1.5, 1.5. That means I want to use 2 margins. Let the margin 1 buy with $50. Let margin 2 buy with another $50. Please, those that are joining, I hope you are writing all these things I'm saying. No, if you know that you can forget quick easily, be writing them. That's why I'm taking my time to explain them well. It's not that I will tell someone that put your margin call limit to be 7 or put your margin call limit to be 5. The person will be asking me where is margin call limit. That is why I'm taking my time to explain. It's not that tomorrow you come to my DM and you start answering questions on these functions. If you know you forget, write it down. During the questions, there will be time for questions. If you didn't get anyone, you can ask your question, then I'll come back to it. Now, let me go back. We have $200 to trade this one shot. You have used 100 as your first buy. 100 is remaining. The signal said it might reduce by, the signal is asking you to cover 5% drop. Now you have $100 and you said, okay, I want to use $100, $20 into 100 is 5. The signal said I should cover 5% retracement, and $20 in 100 is 5. Or you do, since you want, the signal says you should cover 5% drop in retracement. Maybe when the coin wants to go down, it will go down. It's telling you to cover, you should make plans to cover 5% drop. Now you have $100 to use to buy margins, and you have to cover 5% drop. You can decide to say, okay, since this 5% drop, you want to make each of the drop 1%. With that, you know that you have five margin calls limits. Your margin calls will be 5. That means your robot will use $20 to buy each margin. Margin 1 will buy with 20, margin 2 will buy with 20, margin 3 will buy with 20, margin 4 will buy with 20, margin 5 will buy with 20. If it add all of them, it will give you 100, which is what you have brought out from the 200 to buy margin calls. I hope I've explained the margin call limits well. So the next one here is the whole position take profit ratio. The whole position take profit ratio, whole position take profit percentage is the take profits. Some people want to take 3. Some people will go and put 5% here, and they will not be telling me, I've waited for 2 days, I've waited for 1 day, this coin don't want to sell and close. Where are you rushing to? If it sells and close, won't you use the money to start another trade? Won't the trade still take time? If you check the person's trade now, you see that the return rate is already on 3% profit, floating profits. But the person is coming to you now to tell you that since he started this trade, it has not delivered. Whereas the person used 5% take profit. Whereas that coin has even pumped to 3%. So please understand, if you lack patience, if you cannot wait for your coins to trade, if they give you 5%, please generally use 2. You can use 1, you can use 1.5, you can use 1, the default self is 1.3, you can use 2.5, you can use 2.3, depending on how patient you can be for the coin to sell. So please understand the whole position take profit ratio. That is where you put the percentage profit you want. If this coin now, you start this trade with this first buy 100, and this coin starts going up, it did not buy any of your margin. Remember, your trade capital you budgeted for this coin, this one short now, is 200, but you have started with half of it, which is 100. And this coin, when you started, this coin did not go down to buy any of your margin. So it did not involve your total, your complete trading capital, which is 200. It only started with your first buy amount, which you have set as 100. And your take profit is 5%. When this coin sell, you are supposed to get, let me see, you're supposed to get, here's my calculator. You're supposed to get 5% of 100. So you see, you get $5 as profits. I'm not calculating the callback or the either plus or minus. So plus or minus, you get $5. You understand? So, but if you cannot wait, you set 3%, you get $3. So the higher your patience level, the higher the profits you make. The lower your patience level, the faster you make profits, but the lower your profits will come. The lower your profits will be, the faster your profits will come. The lower your profits will be. If you set it 1%, you take profits, your robot will sell that coin faster and close the trade. You get $1. If your first buy is 100, and the robot did not go down to buy any margin. So, okay, so I've been able to explain the whole position take profits ratio. That is where you set your percentage, your take profit percentage. Now, the whole position take profit callback. I know I've explained it to some people, but I will explain it again. The whole position take profit callback. This one callback function is one of the functions in RoyalQ. Why they call it the artificial intelligence robot? Is it responsible? Hello? I hope I'm audible. Hello?
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes, you're audible, yes.
okay. The whole position take profit callback. Let me explain callback in general. Callback is responsible if you set if you set to sell at 2%, the callback is responsible to make more profits for you. That is for the earning. Oh, who is making that sound now? Hello, please, can you mute your mic, please? Okay, thank you. Now, the callback is responsible to take more profits for you or to buy at a more lower price for you. That is the meaning, that is the function of the callback. Remember, the robot is an artificial intelligence robot. It uses the callback function to adjust, to take more profits for you and to buy a coin at a more lesser price for you. Let me explain. If you watch, for a one shot, we have the whole position take profit callback. We have the buy-in callback. So let me explain the whole position take profit callback. The whole position take profit callback only works, it works when the robot wants to sell. You understand? Maybe you set to take profit at 2%. Now your whole position take profit callback is 0.1.5, 0.1.5, or anything you put here. Maybe for instance, we are using 0.3. Let me use 0.3. That is the default. The default for buying callback is 0.5. So let me use the default to explain so you understand. Whole position take profits callback, which is 0.3%. Now you set your whole position take profit ratio, your percentage of the profit you want to take is 3%. Now the coin started going up and reached 3%. Your robot now triggers the sell, but the robot will not sell. It will trigger the sell. That means it has clocked that your profit in. You must make profits. It has clocked it, but it will not sell. Now it will wait to see the next movement. Is the coin still going up or will it come down? Now, if the coin after reaching 3% drops by 0.2, drops by 0.25, drops by 0.3, the robot will now sell. You will now make 2.7% profit on the total number of USDT that is in your trade. If the robot did not buy any margin, it will not be 2.0% on $100. That will be your profit. Now, that is, some people will say that is the disadvantage of using the callback function. That is the disadvantage of using a higher callback function. But the advantage of using the callback function, what if this coin, after going to 3% increments, your floating loss 3%, and it triggers to sell at 3%, now the coin now drops by 0.1, drops by 0.2 in the retracement. It now shoots up. Maybe it now drops to 0.2.5. It was about selling at it was about reducing more to 0.3, but it did not get to 0.3. It stopped at it reduced by 0.25. It now shoots up to 10%. Do you understand me? You started a trade, you set your take position, take profit ratio 3%. You want 3% from this trade. The robot, your whole position take profit callback is now 0.3. The coin now increased to 3%. Now your robot now triggers the sell to sell at 3%. But the coin now start dropping to 0.1, drops again to 0.2, it now shoots up to 10%. What do you think the robot will do? The robot will also calculate that 10% for you and still wait to see if the coin will drop again or still go up. If the coin now drops by 0.1, drops by 0.2, now drops by 0.3, the robot will now sell at a profit of 9.7% for you. So you will now be getting 9.7% on $100. So you see that you will earn more using at least the default hold position take profit callback. So that is the meaning of the hold position take profit callback. And the setting, they said the take profit callback settings for 1 to 4 position. If it sets too low, it may be sold immediately and you may lose the opportunity to earn more income. If it sets too high, losses may occur. Please set the parameters according to your risk preference and strategy. So I believe that is I've been able to explain it for you. If you set it too high, which is 0.3, and the coin now pumps more, you will make more money. If you set it like this 0.3 and the coins after pumping to 3%, it now start dropping, you'll be short. You'll be short. Your profit will not be 2 point something, not 3% again. But if the coin pumps higher and retrace 0.1, 0.2 and pumps again, you will make good profits. So that is the meaning of the hold position take profit. Please mute yourself, please. So the next one here is the margin configuration. So I believe this margin configuration is another key aspect. Those that have already been trading in the bear season, you must understand margin configuration. When we came in 2021, we don't understand what margin configuration is. If you are using 500 trading capital for one coin, your first buy amount will carry our 500 and put there. Now, some people when they came into RoyalQ around September, October 2021, that was at the peak of the bull run, and the coins have already started falling down. If you don't understand what margin configuration is, you will start blaming cryptocurrency. You start calling cryptocurrency a scam. You bought the peak of the pump. You bought Bitcoin when it was 69,000. You don't understand margin configuration. You carried 500, which is all your trading capital, and put in your first buy amount at Bitcoin at 68,000. You don't understand margin configuration. You must say cryptocurrency is a scam because you do not apply. You refuse to acknowledge the season of cryptocurrency. You refuse to apply margin configuration. Now you have failed in two things. You will not start calling crypto a scam or RoyalQ a scam. Whereas RoyalQ is an artificial intelligence robot that helps you to trade the crypto market. If you use it well, these functions are in RoyalQ. You did not use it well and you are blaming the robot. So margin configuration, what is margin configuration? Margin configurations are where you enter the settings for your margin calls. What are margin calls? What are margin calls? Margin calls. Can you hear me? I didn't know that my video is even closed. Okay. Margin calls are sets of instructions. They are buy instructions. Margin calls are buy instructions given to the robot that as a coin is undergoing a downtrend position, that you see downtrend position means the bear market. Margin calls functions well in the bear market, not in the bull market. So these are the knowledge we lacked when we started RoyalQ in 2021. That's why most of us, we enter floating loss of minus 70%, minus 80%, and we were not making money. You understand? So these are the knowledge we are preparing you to have as we enter into the bull season, so that you have the knowledge to, when Bitcoin reaches peak again and starts going down, you will know how to adjust your settings to cover it with your margin. If you understand margin calls, you understand the trend of the coin you are trading, you are good to go in any season. Now, margin calls are sets of buy orders, buy instruction you give to the robot that, please, when this coin starts going down, when it reduces by so percent, use so amount of USDT to buy. When it reduces to another percent, use so amount of USDT to buy. Remember, a bag of rice you are selling in your provision store, you bought it at 50,000 for one, and tomorrow you heard that that bag of rice you bought 50,000 has reduced to 30,000. What will you do? As a businessman, woman, the bag of rice you are selling in your shop, in the market, you bought today at 50,000. Tomorrow, the bag of rice is at 30,000. You know you have to go back to the market to buy like 2 or 3. You buy more quantity of that bag of rice at a reduced price. So now you're telling the robot that this trade I'm trading, if the price goes down to so amount, help me buy with this quantity of USDT. If it reduces again, bag of rice from 30,000 now goes down to 20, you will still go to the market to buy more quantity. That is what we call the martingale strategy. Buying crypto as the price goes down, the robot will be buying more quantity. As the price goes down, the robot will be buying quantity cheaper. You know that the bag of rice you bought, if you are the only business lady or businessman in the market that went back to the big market to buy bag of rice at 20,000, I mean you bought like 10 at 20,000. Remember, in your shop you have one bag of rice that you bought at 50,000. So you now went to buy bag of rice at 20,000, you bought 10. Do you know that a bag of rice increased from that 20 now to 30? If you said that 10 you bought, you know that you have already made 10,000 on each one. You have made profit of 100,000. Whereas you still have bag of rice you bought at 50,000 in your shop. This is how the margin calls works. This is why we need it. If you are trading in the bear season without margin calls, you are giving, you know, when you enter a plane is also a robot, and you start flying it, giving the plane the wrong instruction, you know what will happen. It's the same thing when you handle the RoyalQ robot and you don't know the right instruction to give it. RoyalQ is not a Ponzi scheme. It's not something that you just put money and on it will just start making profits for you. No, it's a full-time business. It's just like you starting a provision store. The rent, the 120 you pay for the rent, 1 year rent, is you paying your shop rent. The at least $20 you put in your gas fees is at least your utility fees, like your NEPA fee, your light fee, your water fee, debt fee. The $20 you put in your gas fees are your utility fees. The robot only deduct it when it makes profits for you. The capital you have in your Binance, your Coinbase, these are the capital you used to go to the market to buy products that you'll be selling in your shop. So you see, so let me go back. I've done some little explaining. So I've explained margin calls. So if you didn't get it during question, please be writing it down. Margin calls are buy orders given to the robot to buy more quantity at a reduced price when crypto is falling in value. So that is margin calls. So when you click, that is in margin configuration, when you click it, this is where you set it. We have already discussed about the limits, the margin call limits. So if you change it to 7 now, if you enter margin call configuration, you will see it has extended to 7, 1 to 7. If you come here and put 5, your margin call limit 5. If you go back to margin configuration, you will see it will be 5. You understand? So for here, we are using 4. Go back to margin configuration, you see 4. But me, I like using anything above 5 or 5, anything above 4 in my margin configuration. I like using anything above 5. When we get to trade strategy, I will explain why me, I like using any margin call limit above 4. 5, 6, 7, and above, I like using them. Even in the coming program, I'll be using 5. If I don't want to use much margin, I'll be using 5. And for me, since I'm using 5, I will always off my AI margin call. I will always off it. But if you want to use one margin call, maybe 1, or you want to use 2, try to on it. If you want to use 1, you want to use 2, try to on it as we enter the bull season. Okay, so let me say we use 5, and we have $100 now that we want to share into this margin. Margin, in the left-hand side, on the left-hand side in the margin configuration, we have the margin call drop. When I explain margin calls, I told you that there are sets of buy instruction given to the robot to buy at reduced prices when the coin is going down. So we have the first call, we have the second call, we have the third call, we have the fourth call, we have the fifth call. So margin call drop is the reduction in percentage. So we want to say, okay, the one-shot signal says we should cover at least 5%, and we are using 5. So I will make everything 1% drop. The one-shot signal says I should cover 5%. So if you add everything here, it will give you 5% drop. Now, if the coin drops by 1%, the robot will activate my first margin call, which is this 1%. So it will come here and use 0.5 times. Anything you put here, if you put here 1, it will do 1 times your first buy amount. You understand? So if you do mistake, your first buy amount is on, you want to budget 200 for this coin. One of the mistakes we did then when we started in 2021, so people will say, I have 500, but I want to dedicate 200 for this coin. They will now use 100 as their first buy. They will forget to come to margin configuration to set. And in margin configuration, this is the default. It uses the martingale strategy. This is the default you see. Here in the times, this is what you see in the times 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. That is the martingale default to buy margin. So what they will now say, they will come back the next day and say, all my 500 in my Binance, they cannot see the USDT again. They didn't know that they did not set their margin call limit and the margin call times. They did not set all these ones here, and they started their trade like that. Now, when the robot when the coin drops by their first margin call, it will do 2 times 100, their first buy amount, which is 200. The robot will go and use, remember they have 500, they just want to use 200 for this signal. Their first buy is 100, but they forgot to set their margin call times. They left it like this: 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. When the coin drops by 1%, this first call margin now triggers. The robot will go and use 2 times their first buy amount, which is 200. The robot will go and use 200 from their Binance, their spend money, and buy that coin again. Now, If the coin now drops again by another 1%, the robot will do 4 times 100, which is 400. The robot will go back. There is no 400. The robot will now flag you that error. Some people here must have seen that error. The robot saying there's no insufficient balance in your Binance. So as a result, they have closed your margin calls. But some people will wake up, they will not see their 500 USDT again. The robot have used everything to buy the coins. So please, since for this example, we want to use 200 to trade one coin, we have started with 100. The signal, the one-shot signal say we should cover at least 5%. We have used margin call limit 5, and we have come here to the times now. 5 divided into 100 will give us $20. $20 will go into 100 5 times. We have been able to set our first call, our drop for first to fifth position, which is 1%. The total is 5%, which aligns with the signal. Now, to get the times, we are going to do our first buy, the $20 we want to use to buy each. Remember, we are using 5 margin call limits. So 5 divided by 20, 5 divided by 100, and 20 divided by 100 is 5. So we are using $20 to buy each of the margins, 5. So it will balance our $100 we are keeping for margin calls. So for you to get the times, for you to get what you put inside here for times, for you to get what you put inside here times, something you put here times your first buy should give you 20. Anything you put here, any value you put here times your first buy should give you 20. So we will now do 20 divided by our first buy, which is 100. So it's 0.2. If we come here and put 0.2, if we do 0.2 times 100, which is our first buy amount, 0.2 times 100, the robot will now use $20 from our spare money to buy margin 1. The same thing will happen again by 2%, by 1% again. The robot will use 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. So please, if you don't understand how anything we explain here, please write it down. In question time, you can ask me. So we'll confirm, please always confirm. If you set all this thing finish and you just go back, maybe if you set all this thing finish and you just go back like this, back, if you come back, the thing will not save. So anything you do in the margin configuration, you must click confirm. Don't click back. Click confirm. So it has saved that one. Then, so I've explained margin configurations. Then the buy-in callback, I've also explained it. The buy-in callback means, okay, now you set the first call to be 1%. The coin now drops by 1%. The buy-in trigger, the trigger price to buy will not trigger. Remember, the robots will only buy when there's a buy-in callback of this percent. So you can see this 0.5 is too high because of our drop is 1%. So let me reduce maybe our buy-in callback. Let me use it to 1.5. So what this one will do, it will enable the robot to buy the margin calls faster. Normally, if a coin drops to 1%, the robot will trigger buy, but it will not buy your first margin call. It will wait to see if there's a reversal up by your callback percentage. So once there's a reversal up, maybe the coin, after retracing 1%, it starts going up by 0.15%, the robot will now buy your first margin. But if the coin drops by 1%, it now increase by 0.1, now drops again by 2%. That your first margin that you said the robot should buy at a price of, the bag of fries at $30,000. The robot will not buy that bag of rice at 30,000 now. It will now come down to buy it at 20,000. It will not save 10,000 for you. Or it will buy that 10,000, that 30,000 you want it to buy one bag of rice. It will not use it to that 30,000 you are expecting for it to buy one bag of rice. It will not use that 30,000 to buy 2 bags of rice for you. So that is the importance of the buy-in callback. That is the importance of buying callback function, in the sense that it helps you to buy at a good price when coins is going down. So when it gets to 1%, it will trigger the buy to buy your first margin, but it will wait to see if the coin will go down more, or it will go, or when it goes up, it did not go down, it start going up by 0.15. That is when the robot will buy your margin 1. But if the coin drops by 1% and goes again by 1.5%, drops 1.5%, it will continue taking it will continue triggering the prices as it's going down until there is an increase, a reversal upwards by this 0 point, anything you set in your callback percentage, until there's a reversal. Remember, there's a picture I sent. In buying the dip, you're supposed to buy a dip when there's a upward reversal. So you know that, yes, you are buying at a good price. So that is for the buying callback. Then we have the distributed and take profits allocation. You know, when we explain what RoyalQ is, we said the robot is designed to make profits in the bear season and in the bull season. When coins is going down, the robot is designed to make profits for us. Once you start using your margin call limit, once it passes 4 and it enters, see, at 4, you see that the settings has finished. If you use your margin call limit 4, you don't have business with what I want to explain now. But once you're in this 4, the robot now will not make profits for you when the coin is in dip. If your margin call limit is not above 4, the robot cannot make profits for you when the coin is in dip. So people, those writing it down, please write it down. If your margin call limit is below 5, maybe it's from 4, 3, 2, 1, the artificial intelligence robot cannot make profits for you when coins are going down. Is when it has entered 5 and above or above. That is when you will now see the distributed and take profit allocation. You will now also see the sub position take profit callback. I hope you are following. Or am I taking too much time? Hello, are we following?
You're on track, Jones. You're on track.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so you can see the difference when we change the margin call limit to 4. You can see this one, the robot will not make profits for you in the dip, or when the coin is retracing downwards, the robot will not make profits for you. Even if it buys your margin 1, buys your margin 2, buys your margin 3, buys your margin 4. The only thing, when it buys all those your margin 1 to 4, it will enhance your profits. If the robot was to take 3% on $100 before, it will not take 3% on 200, because all your trade capital now will not be inside the trade. The robot will not do 3% on $200, which is your budgeted capital for this trade. Now, me, I love trading with a margin call limit that is above 4, which is 5. This one will enable me to set my distributed and take profits allocation. Distributed means, you know, when they say distributed involves more than one person. So the robot sees your margin calls from your 5th, 6th, 7th. He sees them as individual positions. He sees them as individual first buy amounts. He sees them as a single entity. In the sense, that is why they call it distributed and take profit allocation. Okay, let me increase it to 7. So I will explain with 7. So, okay, let me enter distributed and take profits. So you can see distributed and take profits allocation. I might decide that, okay, my fifth position, okay, I'm trading coin like Acro. I'm trading coin like ATA. I'm trading coin like SLP. I'm trading coin like, I'm calling coins that are very, very volatile. They can pump 20% at a go. They can fall 20% at a go. I'm calling coins that when they want to pump, they can pump more than cents in a second, 1 minute or 2 minutes, few minutes they can pump. So all those coins, if I'm trading them, I might say, okay, my fifth coin, I want to take 5%. My sixth margin, when it says it's $20 it's used to buy my sixth margin, I want to take 10%. My seventh margin, when it sells, okay, let it give me 3%. So you can see you can set all these, you can change them, you can edit them to what you want depending on the movement of the coin. If the coin is a coin that pumps faster, they are highly volatile. You know, in cryptocurrency, they have highly volatile coins. They're like Shiba. All these coins, they can pump faster. It's hard before you see Bitcoin pump 30% in 1 minute, in a minute. It's very hard. But you can see Shiba can do it. You can see ATA can do it. You can see Acro can do it. So you can decide to change there. You can decide to even set here 100 if you can wait. So I've been able to explain the distributed, so you confirm. I've been able to explain distributed take profits allocation and how they work with our margin call limits and how they functions. So when they say the robot is designed to make profit for you even in the bear season, if this coin drops to my fifth position, to my fifth margin, and it buys this fifth margin by 1. Okay, another important thing you should note, look at the drop here is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. Remember, if this coin recovers by 5% now, you have already entered floating profits on your main first buy amount. Are we following? Your margin call drop, the total to your fifth position is 5% drop. If this coin, after buying your fifth call, increase by 5%, you're already in floating profit of your first buy amount. So in anything you are setting your fifth, in anything you are setting your fifth sub position, in anything profit, it must not exceed 5%. You cannot put it 10%. Why? You cannot put this fifth sub position 10%. If you ask me why, I will tell you. Your whole position take profit is 3. Your margin call, the total here is 5. So when it recovers by 5%, your fifth call, you want it to sell at, you have made it 10%. It will be waiting for the coin to go to 10% before it will sell. But remember, your overall take profit here is 3. So if this coin recovers by 5% and now enters another 3, this your whole position take profit will sell all your trade. You see that the robot will not have time. The robot will not, you will not see this sell, this your fifth position that you are supposed to sell differently. The robot will not take it as, it will not sell all your margin as the whole warehouse mode. So we have finished that part now. So that part has brought us to the strategy mode. So I don't know, let me take that explanation again. Let me take that explanation again so you understand. If your your drop of your margin calls, this one is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 5%. If you want to put your the profit you want the robot to take in this your fifth, you know that from fifth, sixth, seventh, the robot sees them as individual. So you are supposed to set their own take profits individually. You cannot put it to be higher than the total recovery of all your margins plus your first buy percentage. If you add it, this one take profit should not be higher. You can put it at 7. You understand? 7. You can put this fifth position, this your fifth margin, to sell and give you 7% profits. Yes. Since 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. So when it comes out by 5%, remember the coin must drop by 5% for this fifth call for the robot to buy it. So for the robot to sell it independently, the coin must have increased. Since you set 7%, you want to take 7% in your fifth call. If the coin increased by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your return rate is now 5%. Your coin total will be in floating profits. But because of this, your whole position take profit is 3%. So it's expecting after it has recovered by 5%, it should go another 3 before this your whole position take profit will be triggered. But since your distributed profit take profit for your fifth is 7%. So when that your return rate enters 2%, after it recovers from 5, it has recovered your coin and starts going 2%, total now will be 7%. It will not sell your fifth position. That is what we call the sub-bin mode real-time settlement. If you are using sub-bin mode real-time settlement, it will not sell. If you are using this one, it will not sell. So I hope I have been able to understand. It will not sell. This function, this sub-bin mode real-time settlement, is a function why we define RoyalQ that is built to make profits for us even in the bear season when crypto is going down. This sub-bin mode real-time settlement, you can only set it when your margin call limit is higher than 4. If your margin call limit is not higher than 4, it's not from 5 or above 5, you cannot change your strategy mode to sub-bin real-time mode. This is the function that will make the robot to make profits for you even when crypto is in deep. This is the function, the sub-bin real-time settlement. You can see we have another sub-bin mode. The difference between sub-bin mode and sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Sub-bin mode will not, if it sells the fifth call, it will not give you your profit. You will not see your profit in the revenue. It will not record the profits. But this, it will keep it until when the coin now pumps out and enter your whole position take profit and it sells the coin and close the trade. That is where it will add your profit to the total profits and it will give you when it sells it finally. But this one, even when your coin has dropped and your robot is busy buying the margins and be selling them, it will be giving you the profits. Your coin might have reduced by -20, but you are still making sub-bin real-time settlement sales profits from that coin. That is why it's an artificial intelligence robot. Only if you give it the right command. Some people might be trading with a lower margin call limit, maybe like 4, and they will tell you that since I entered this trade, they have not made profits. How will you make profits? Your robot have bought your 4 margin calls and the coin is still going down. You did not set enough margin calls. You did not activate the sub-bin real-time settlement because your margin calls did not pass 4. Now you expect the robot to make profits for you in the deep. It's not possible. You say, they told you that the robot is being designed to make profits for you in the deep. but you did not set the actual settings that should make the profits for you in the deep. They will start faulting the robot. They will start faulting cryptocurrency. They say what you don't understand, you start judging it. So please get the knowledge now. I've explained the sub-in real-time settlement. I've explained the sub-in mode. The wholesale position now, wholesale, if you are using any margin call lower than 5, automatically is host warehouse mode. Whole warehouse mode means that it sees your first buy amount, plus if the robot goes down to buy margin 1 or margin 2 or margin 3 or margin 4, it sees all of them as one. It sells them as a whole. Your first buy plus any of the margin 1 to margin 4 that the robot later buy, it will sell them as a whole and give you, it will calculate this your take profit ratio, the percentage of your take profit now. It will calculate it on your first buy plus your margin 1, margin 2, margin 3, margin 4, if the robot buys them. So you see all of them will now come to your position amount USDT. You will see all of them. If the coin drops by that 4% and it buys all your margin 1, margin 2, margin 3, margin 4. So I've been able to explain the margin, the strategy modes. Then cycle, we have the trading, trading modes, cycle or one shot. You can see, if I want cycle, I'll click cycle. Up here we change to cycle. If I want one shot, I'll click one shot. Up here we change to one shot. If I want, if I'm trading on sub-in real-time mode settlement, if I confirm, up here we change to isolated margin. Up here, if I'm trading on whole position, on whole warehouse mode, confirm. Look at up here will be cross margin. Some persons, the mistake they will do, normally they are trading, their margin call limit is 10 or is above 4. They are trading with 5 or 6 or 7. After they finish and start their trade, they forget to set the margin mode. They forget to change it to sub-in mode and confirm. Now, if the robot buys your margin 1, maybe you forgot, you left it on hold, on your whole position, your whole warehouse mode. You left it on whole warehouse mode, and your margin drop, the coin drops by 1%, it buys your margin 1. It drops by 2%, it buys your margin 2. It drops by 3%, it buys your margin 3. It drops by 4%, it buys your margin 4. If the coin drops and buys your margin 5, you cannot change your strategy mode again. Once it has buy more than your 4 and enter 5, you cannot change to this sub-in mode again. You wait until the coin sells everything as whole warehouse mode before you can start making profits. So you see that some people say I'm using 20 margin calls now, but I'm still not making profits in the deep. Yes, because you did not activate this mode that should make you start earning money in the deep. So you did not activate the sub-in mode real-time settlement. So if you change it, it will turn to isolated margin. Here is where the name you see Binance means that you are trading on Binance. The name of the coin / the coin the robot is using to trade it for you. This is buying and selling. It will use USDT, buy the coin, use 1 inch, USDT buy 1 inch. When it wants to sell it, use 1 inch, buy USDT back, and you make profits in your exchange. This place is where you can see the graph on what is happening in the market in this coin particularly. So you can see it. These candles, all these bars, they represent the timing. So after this one is on 15 minutes. Now after 15 minutes, this another new candle will form. So is either once the new candle forms, is either it's going up or it's coming down. 1 hour means after this 1 hour, once 1 hour finish, the next candle will also run for 1 hour. So it's either it's coming down in the space of 1 hour or it's going up. We have the 4 hours time frame. So it's either the coin is on uptrend in 4 hours, that is the candle. The movement of the candle will last for 4 hours. So you can tell if there is an uptrend in 4 hours or if it's downtrend in 4 hours. So if you are ready to enter a trade and okay, you are ready to leave the trade for 4 hours, you use the 4 hours candle. If you see that is bear, is going down, you know in 4 hours time that coin must be going down. If you want 15 minutes candle, you see the flow. If you want you are looking at your trade to settle in 15 minutes, you want fast, you see the trend of 15 minutes time, what is happening. But you cannot enter a trade. You can see time now is 9:54. In the next 15 minutes starts by 9:45. So this chart now at 10 o'clock, 15 minutes has passed, another 15 minutes will start, another bar will start. So after 15 minutes again, that is 10:15, it creates another bar for 15 minutes. So that is how the chart works. Okay. So the position quantity, 1 inch, that it means that the position, anything you see in the position quantity 1 inch, it means the number of quantity. And please, people, you should pay attention to this. Quantity of the trade the robot is trading. Any amount you see here, if you open your Binance Spot wallet, please take note. Any amount you see in the position quantity, please, after this Zoom, go and check all your trades and confirm the quantity. Any quantity you see here, position quantity, look at the name of the coin, 1 inch. What you have, the quantity you have in your Binance Spot, your wallet, your spot wallet, the quantity you have in Binance must be greater than what you have here. At no point should what you have in your RoyalQ quantity here be greater than what you have in your exchange, in your Binance, your Coinbase, your Nobi. Please, some people might go and convert some of their coin to USDT and use it in their exchange. Please, you don't know when the coin will increase and make profit for you. You don't know when it will go down. So you cannot go to your exchange and start touching your coins. The quantity here is recorded. And how the robot works, if your robot have bought like 10 margin calls and it now comes to sell, maybe wants to sell your margin 10, and the quantity have reduced by only 1, if the quantity have even reduced by 1, it will flag abnormal sales. If abnormal sales happen in your account 3 times in RoyalQ, your account will be deleted. RoyalQ wants that as you don't touch the quantity, is trading, you don't touch it in your Binance. If you still want to buy 1 inch and you are trading it, you can go to Binance and buy the quantity. But anytime you want to touch that quantity you bought, you must come to this place and confirm, you have 5 position quantity in 1 inch. So your quantity of 1 inch is 5. If you go to your Binance, you must not touch 5. If you want to touch any other thing, you go ahead. But you must remain 5. Anything you see here, you must remain. Please take note. Then the current price is the price in USDT of the coin that is showing you. Then your return rates. I know I've been saying about return rates. Return rates, this is where you see if the return rate is on negative, you know that you're already in floating loss. Means that the value of the coin, since you enter, look at the average price. Once average price is greater than current price, your return rate will be negative. Once average price is higher than current price, your return rate will be negative. It means that once you enter the coin starts going down. The current price starts going down. Your return rates too will be on negative. But when the current price is higher than the average price, your return rate will be in positive. So all you have to do is to wait. for your return rate to be equal to your take profit ratio percentage. If your take profit is 3% and your return rate is 2%, you are in floating profits. The robot will not sell until it increases, your return rate increases to this your take profit ratio, which is 3% here. Your return rate must get to 3% before it can trigger your sell. So now I've explained cycle, we have the sell. Now, some persons might say, I want 5%. My return rate, my first buy-in amount, my take profit ratio is 5%, or my take profit ratio is 3%. But this coin, this return rate has been in 2% for long. So they want to sell. They just want to close the trade by themselves. Me, I will advise, you can still click on trade. As your trade is still going on, you can click on trade settings. Come to the whole position take profits, change it to 2. Save. Let the robot do it. If the return rate is on 2 and you have changed to 2, it will trigger sell immediately. And the callback function will play. The callback function will play, and you get your profits. But if you still want to use sell, you click on this sell, click on market price, click on the quantity you want to sell. If it's 100%, click on 100%, and it will sell. Now, buy. Manual replenishment. I said I will explain manual replenishment. This is buy. This is where we do manual replenishment. Buy. Okay, let me look for my trade. Okay, so when you click buy, yeah, so you can see the position amount. It means the number of USDT you have there already, the total number of USDT, which includes your first buy amount and your margin calls. You see them up. The average price means the price you entered, the price you started that trade. That average price reduces as you buy more margin calls. Average price also reduces as you do manual replenishment. Manual replenishment means to buy manually. You want to buy more quantity. We are advised to only buy quantity when your return rate is in negative. You have to buy manually when your return rate is negative. Manual rates, this manual replenishment helps your average price to come down. Manual replenishment works with your first buy-in amount. If your first buy-in amount is 70 and your coin have reduced by, maybe some people now will say, okay, I don't want to trade with margin calls. I have 200 for this trade. I've entered with 100. They will switch off their margin calls, but they have 100 with them. Now, if the coin now, the return rate now reduce, maybe they now see that the return rate has reduced by 2%. They are now seeing here, this return rate to be 2%, minus 2%. That means the coin have reduced by minus 2%. They will click on buy, click on market price, then they will now add 20 in amount. Please, some people will now come to this market price and be putting they will come here and be putting the USDT amount they want to. Please, you don't put amount here. Click on market price and put. They will now click confirm. Manual replenishment, if you observe, normally this coin is already in floating profit. We don't do manual replenishment in floating profit. We do it when the coin is in floating loss. You understand? If you do manual replenishment in floating profit, the return rate will be reduced. So you can see the position profit and loss. That is my return rate before was 37. If I'm to do manual replenishment, if I want to add $20 to this coin now, my return rate will reduce. Before I was on 37% profit. Now I will not be on 31. So we are not advised to do manual replenishment when we are already in floating profit. You are supposed to do it when you are in floating loss, so it will reduce your average price. Now you see, when you do manual replenishment in profit, floating profit, it will increase your average price My average price here before, entry price was 29.38. Look at the estimated average price now is now 30.63. So manual replenishment is to be done when you don't want to, you are not using margin calls and you want to buy it yourself and your coin is already in negative. You do manual replenishment. It helps to reduce your average entry price. And remember, if your average entry price is reduced, it will be coming closer to the current price. So if there's any slight pump up, it will meet the average price. If there's any pump, the average price will come up, the current price will come up, and it will meet your entry price, your average entry price. And before you know, you come out from the trade. So that is the importance of manual replenishment. Okay, so I believe I've been able to touch everything on the trading settings. Okay, let me see if I've missed anyone. I know I list the topic we'll be taking, but let me see before we analyze the signal. I know I've taken time. This is almost 10. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I said we'll talk on how the robots operate. I've been able to say how the robots operate. Okay, to know their profits, to know where their profits records. Okay, let me rush down. So on the home page, revenue details, look at revenue details. That is where you see your profits records. Okay. Some don't know where to see their profit. Some don't even know the trade profit is not. Please, what you see here is just your records. So what you see there is just your records. The money, your trade profit is not here. You only see the records here. Your trade profit is in your exchange. Okay. Some don't know the margin calls. I've explained margin calls and the meaning. I've explained the importance of margin calls. I've explained how to set up margin calls. I've explained the drop for margin calls. I've explained the times for margin calls. I've explained the distributed take profit. I've explained what one shot. One shot, okay? I think I didn't touch that one. One shot, if you come here, this trade is on one shot. It means that once the robot sells to my take profit percentage, it should not trade this coin again. It will close it, it will stop it. So I will need to enter another trade signal. That is one shot. But if I change it to cycle, it means that after it sells and take profits for me, it should buy the coin again. Sells and take profits for me, it should buy the coin again. Sells and take profits for me, it will continue doing it on a cycle. So that is the meaning of trading on cycle. It will continue. One shot with buy and stop is just one cycle, but a cycle will continue buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. But one shot will only buy and sell once. Okay? And close the trade for you. So I've been able to talk one shot. Some don't know the study modes. So I've explained strategy modes. I've explained the strategy modes. I've explained the warehouse, the sub-in mode, the sub-in read time settlements. So I've explained manual replenishment and how to use it and when to use it. Trade settings. I've explained all the features in your trade settings. Okay. So I think I've been able to touch on all that. So now, hello, are you following?
We are with you.
I want to round up.
We are with you.
Okay. Okay, so I want to round up. This is the important part. This is the important part. Okay. So for instance, now as we enter the boost season is because of the Bitcoin halving we'll be experiencing in April 2024. So as time goes on, you'll be seeing on our chat, on our group chat, you'll be seeing signals. So let's see the last signal that came in today. That one lasted for 14 minutes and it delivered. Sure? Yes. Okay. I don't know if Sushi have delivered. I don't know if this sushi has delivered. So for instance, you see this sushi and you have 200 to enter it. maybe you have 600 and you map 200 to enter this sushi. Look at the first thing. Look at me now. Maybe I want to enter this sushi. They just drop it. Hello, are you following?
With you.
Okay, so if I want to enter this sushi now and my trade capital is 200, what I will do, the first thing I'll take note is the name of the coin. I go immediately, both, I'll click on if I'm on the home page, I'll click on strategy. Look at strategy below. Or on the home page, I'll click on this search and enter my sushi. So, okay, look at it here, sushi. I'll click on it. It is not every signal in the bull run you will enter. It is not every signal in the bull run you will enter. Make sure you see the chart. That is why RoyalQ made it that for you to enter any trade, you must see these charts first. It's this zone that is delaying this thing. So the chart should come. You will check if it's on uptrend or you check if it's on downtrend. Please, in checking, always be fast. I don't know why my network is delaying. Hello, are you following?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Following.
Okay, I've shown the charts before and I've explained the downtrend and the uptrend before. So if you see that the coins have gone down, it has retraced and it has started showing the green bar. If it has started showing the green bar upwards, you know that you should be fast to enter it to know if you can pick like 2%. Depending on what the signal says, you can reduce. I've explained all those parts before. So you click on create, look at create down here. You click on create, you click on the Martingale strategy, you click on create again. You click on the feel free to create your own strategy, more flexibility. You click on next. So when the coin open like this, once the trade open like this, I remember I'm using 200, my trade capital is 200. I said that I will use 100 as my first buy. Look at what I'm setting, 100 as my first buy. Since the signal says take profit here is 4%. I've searched the name of the coin, the take profit is 4%. Maybe I come here and I said, okay, I'm not too greedy. 2% is okay for me for this signal, so it can sell fast. I will look for, because in a day, once we enter bull run, in a day, 10 signals can drop, 15 signals can drop. Signals will be dropping because coins are doing well. So I'm trying to prepare your mind for the coming, what is coming. You might see 10 signals dropping at a time. You must not enter everything. Check the ones, the graph that is already, that have retraced down and is already showing the green sign movement upwards. Those are the coins you should enter. Please, don't do mistake. Don't go enter coins that have pumped well and is about to retrace by 5% or 10%. Okay, so let me continue. Now, watch what after I search for the coin, the thing I entered, the two things I will set is my first buy amount and my take profit ratio, my take profit percentage. The coin is already on one shot. If it's on cycle, I change it to one shot and I save and confirm. I've done, that is the only thing I will set for now. Now, I will not check. The signal came with the preset price. Please, please follow this, because this is what you will be seeing. Those that want to enter trade, this is what you'll be facing. You'll be seeing signals every day from the boom. Now, you see some, we come with the preset price. You can see that is the second thing here. The preset price for a sushi is 0.999, because sometimes you might not be online when the signal drops. So when you come now, you see that this signal was dropped by 4:44 p.m. and you came online by 4:50 p.m. You're already late by 6 minutes when you saw the signal. So is this preset price you will use to check? Okay, preset price now is 0.999. You will not check. Look at the coin. Look at the current price. It's like that sushi has delivered. I don't know, those that entered it, I don't know if the sushi has delivered, because the price the entry price was 0.999. So if on the group, then when we drop signals and people enter, once it deliver, they will write deliver. Some people will write deliver and they will share their profit screenshots. So if you are not seeing any deliver message on the group, you should know that the coin have not delivered. So now the preset price is 0.999. That is the third thing you will set. Once you have set your first buy amount 100, your take profit ratio, you click on this first preset pricing, first preset buy-in price. You click on it, put the price here 0.999. Click on confirm. So once you click on confirm, you start the trades immediately. Once you click on start, you click on create. You understand? So if you go back to your strategy page down, you click on running. It will look at how the signal will be. It means that this sushi have not started. It will wait until this coin drops by this price of the sushi now drops by 0.999. That is when this coin will start this sushi trade. So I hope you are following. Now, maybe after this coin activates and it sells and it closes the trade because it's one shot. If you want to enter again, this first preset price will still be here. So for you to cancel it, you click on it. When you click on it, you put 0 and you click on confirm. See, I've been able to cancel it. So please, it's not some people now will chat me up later and say, the preset price is so, how can I cancel it? I've showed you. Once the preset price is showing here, click on it, enter it as 0. Click on confirm, it will be cleared. You understand? Then you can set the new preset price, or if you want to enter it to the current price, you enter. So I've showed you how to start up a one-shot signal, because that is what you'll be seeing 247. Now, when the trade have already started, once you have already started, you can now, please, as your trade is going on, you don't need to pause. You don't need to pause it. Click on, come inside the trade. Once you see your trade again, this play button here or anywhere here, you can use it to, once you click, the trade will open. So once the trade open like this, you don't need to pause. Just click on trade settings. You can apply any settings here. As the trade is going on, you can change your settings if you want. So please take note. Take note. Now, once I finish, it was 1 inch I was doing. So let me go back to my 1 inch. Okay. It was 1 inch I was doing before. So once I finish, once the trade has started, I will come back here, click on trade settings. Now, if I want to use margin, remember I've already started my trade because I told you in this bull run, entry price matters. So I've already settled the entry price because the signal came with preset price. If the signal did not come with preset, I will start my trade immediately. Let it start. I will now enter it again and click on trade settings and come here and effect my margins. If I want to use margin, if I want to use 1, if I want to use 2, the margins I want to use. So for here now, I want to use 5. Let it buy 2020. Okay. Okay, I will go back to the signal. Okay, we have been able to set the preset price. The trade is already running now. I've already started it. I've secured my I've secured my entry price. I've also secured the take profit. So these are the two things, key things first to enter a trade. It's not that they dropped signal at 441. You saw it at 444. You saw it at 444, and you are still busy trying to set up margin calls, whereas others have entered it. If you delay, some people might say their coins have delivered and your own have not delivered because your entry price differs. When they drop it, you were busy, you did not start your trade. You are busy setting up your margin configurations. So please, first buy, search the coin, first buy amount, your take profit, save it, set your preset, check for preset price. Okay, it's like I didn't touch the preset price, I just went one way. Okay, please, for the preset price, what if when we came to the sushi, we are searching sushi. Please, I want to explain that preset price well. So when you search sushi, I don't know, my network is hanging, that's why. Okay, look at this coin now. Look at this chart. If they give you sushi now, will you enter it? This coin, look at it now, it's falling down. Let's see on 1 hour. 1 hour self is still trying to retrace down. It has not completed. It's still going down. It has not completed. Let's see 4 hours. Please, it's not all signals you enter. Okay, on 4 hours, I think it's going up. But if it's me, if I see the signal late, I will not enter this signal. For now, I will not enter until I see a green bar going up. That is when I will enter. Okay, so let me explain what I want to explain. I've explained the chart for you all. So now, the price they gave us is 0.9. The preset price is 0.999. Okay, for instance, now, you do not see a preset price of 1.2. The preset price they gave you here, in this, they drop this signal, say preset price is 1.2. But when you open the coin, look at the average price here. The current price is on 1.00. Will you need to set your first preset buy in price? Hello?
I will enter immediately.
You enter immediately. Yes. You don't need to set the first preset buy-in price. If the price the signal came with is greater than the current price, you enter immediately. You don't set preset price. You understand? If the signal came with this preset price 1.2, and when you want to enter it, you are seeing that the current price is 0.99 like this now. You don't set preset price again that is higher than the current price. You start the trade immediately after you have set your first buy amount and your take profits. You start the trade again. You see what I'm telling you? For me, if I see this trade, I will not enter it. The coin is on downtrend. Is on downtrend. So I will wait until there's a reversal, until there's a green bar going up. That is when I will enter. You can see it will still be going down. Now, another thing is this robot is an artificial intelligence robot. If you have enough margins to cover, okay, let me see if the signal. Okay, yeah, this signal did not come with the drop percentage. Some signals will tell you that, okay, yeah, they just go caution, trade with margin calls. Some signals will tell you that cover so amount, maybe 10%. If this signal says cover 10% now, I'll be bold to enter this trade even when I know it's going down, because what is if a trade does not go down? So why is the need of you setting margin calls? That margin call, some people will say, but the coin is going down. But you yourself, you want to enter a trade with 50% coverage for margin calls, and you are telling me that the coin have pumped well, it will retrace. If it does not retrace, how will you buy the 50 margin calls you are setting? So please understand the meaning of margin calls. Margin calls will benefit you if the coins go down. So if I am trading this coin now with margin calls, I will enter like this. If I don't want to trade it with margin call, I want to start with 100 and observe the coin, I will wait for a reversal. A reversal should happen in the next 15 minutes. The next bar will happen in the next 15 minutes. I will wait. and see if the next bar will be going up. If it's still coming down, I will still wait until there's a reversal. Like I told you, more than 10 signals will be dropping on the group daily in the bull run because so many coins will be doing well. So you must not enter all crypto. So that is, I've explained the signals. Okay, so I said the trades can be going on, and you click on your margin configuration and you set. You can apply any settings. You can apply all your settings. Okay, I want to use $20 to buy, that is 2020 into 5. Okay, so I want to cover, if I say I want to cover 10% now, I will now use 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I can say, okay, I want to use 1.3, 1.3, 1.3 is, okay, I can say 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So I can now say this one should be 2.5, 2.5. So anyhow you do it is your choice. The total, the important thing is total will give you 10% drop. So you know that as far the coin, anyhow the coin wants to like, let it retrace by 10%, your margin calls will cover it. Then you see I've set and I've forgotten. Coin trade is still going. Oh, the mistakes some people will do. Coin is still going, but you have forgotten that your margin call is more than 4. But you have seen that you have forgotten that your strategy mode is on cross margin. So you have to, don't forget this. You must put it on sub-in real time mode, confirm. It must be showing isolated margin if you are trading with margins. Remember all these settings I did now, my trade have already started. I've already gotten a good entry price. Please, entry price matters because we want to, that time in 2021, we were hearing that, some people, my trade have not sold, or my trade have not sold. When others are saying delivered on the same signal because of the entry price, you are busy setting up your margin calls, whereas some people have already started their trades. When they are trading, they have already gotten a good entry price, and before they now enter back and click trade settings and set their margin calls. So please, that should have, I believe I've been able to explain the trading functions, everything on the trading functions without omitting anything. So I've showed you how to start a trade. You search for the name of the trade, you click on it, you see the chart, know if it's uptrend or downtrend. You click on, if it's downtrend, you click on, and it has started showing a reversal. You click on trades. If the trade is on, look at these trades now, perfect. Look at these charts, it's perfect. If there's any signal that comes for, if there's any one short signal that comes for this AAVE now, you can enter. At least this coin should, you can see, it's already giving you green reversal. You can set it, at least this one, even if you want to retrace, it will not go more than 5%. But before you know, maybe before morning or before midnight, you should get your 2% from this trade like this. So you can see it went up to 99 and it has come down to 94. Yeah. In this other part, it also tested another support at 94 points, let's say 95.0 something, and it has started going up. So I believe I've been able to touch this. I've been able to touch everything on the app. I've been able to, strategies where you see your running trades, or if you can also from here and start up a new signal. Now, there are some people that their trade is running with so many margin calls. Now, if you notice that your robot, the number of margin calls here is not, maybe you set 30 margin calls for this trade, and for 2 weeks now, it has not buy more than 10. What you do, the number of times from your, you can just leave 3 more. So from the 10th to your 30, calculate the times, calculate what you put in the times. Calculate what you put in the times from the 11th position to 30. If you calculate the times it by your first buy amount, you will know the number of the amount of USDT you want to remove from the margin. At least that amount, you cannot use it to enter any one short signals. Please, for those trading that are still using the old bear settings, and you see that the coin you are trading now, you set 30%, but for 2 weeks now it has stopped at 5-6 margin calls. It's not going down to your 30 margin calls. It has not bought up to 30 margin calls because we are entering, the coins is just going up. You are seeing that your coins is only selling, is only buying your first margin and is selling your first margin. You are making small profits, whereas you have budgeted your money for 30 margin calls. Please calculate if maybe it is going towards, is buying 3, 4, you can just add 3 more, or you leave it at 10. The remaining, for you to know how many USDT you will remove. If the budget is 200 or you're using 500 for one coin, and you notice that the robot is not using, come to the margin configuration. If it's always stopping at 5, 6, 7, just give it like, leave 10. The remaining from 11 to the 30, if it's 30 you are using, calculate, add up the times, maybe 0.5 plus 1 plus, so calculate the times, add them. Then if you get the total amount, multiply it by your first buy amount. That is the amount of USDT, total, that is the amount of USDT you want to pull out from this your trade. You will not change it to 10 and you save. So that amount you have budgeted for this trade, you cannot use it to start your one shot signals as they come, so you make more profits. So we'll be taking question. Wow, 10:30. We have used 2 good hours in analyzing. We have used 2 good hours in analyzing the robot. So I believe from tomorrow I will not be getting some questions again. So let's take chat 26. Okay. So do we have questions?
Yes, I have question, please.
Okay, you can answer question.
Okay, how does first how does the manual replenishment affect multiple buying ratio? For instance, you're on a trade and your first buy-in amount was for instance 300. Then after you decided to add, already you have set your margin cost. Understand? Then after you decided to add like 100 to that as a true manual replenishment, how does it affect the buy-in ratio?
The buy-in ratio.
Yes,
Which one is
because
buy-in ratio?
yeah. 1 minute. Okay, it seems you didn't understand my question, George.
Yeah, go again.
What I mean is multiple buying. For instance, now you are on a trade with a first buying amount. For instance, is 300, right?
Okay.
Then you have like a margin configuration, right?
Okay.
Which you have set for, let's say, assuming each first call to the number of calls you put, maybe is each one should buy $15 of that. That is 0.05 of 300. Then you
Okay.
later added $100 to that
Okay.
amount you have.
Is it true you did manual
Through
replenishment with $100?
manual replenishment, yes. How does it
Okay.
affect that? How does it affect that multiple buying ratio? Does it affect it or not?
Your manual replenishment does not affect your margin configurations. Your margin call will still be buying like as you set them. Your manual replenishment helps to reduce the average entry price down.
Okay, only that. That's the only function it plays.
It's when it reduces your average entry price. Remember, I told you your return rate will also reduce.
Okay.
So that is the only function. And it will enhance your profit because your USDT you have added the quantity of USDT in the trade. So when you want to sell, it calculates it on, so it will be added to what you have there before. So your profit will increase. So that is the function. It has nothing to do with your margin cost. It will not affect you. Your margin cost will buy as normal.
Okay, that's great. Another thing is you explained something about warehouse mode. So you said
the whole warehouse mode.
Yes. You said, for instance, you placed a trade with so if you are this is on a warehouse mode, it will sell the whole position. For instance, you have like a margin configuration like 4, right? Which I've already bought. So you say it's when it's on that warehouse mode, it will wait to sell everything at once, right? So at what percentage is it selling it? Is it at the whole position take profit percentage?
Yes, whole position take profit percentage. That I told you when I explained whole position take profit percentage, it works with your first buy amount plus any of your margin 1 to 4 the robot buys. It calculate them as 1.
Okay. Another thing, sorry, another thing that I
Go
noticed
ahead.
Yeah, I noticed that when you are placing a trade, for instance, now the trade is trading at $1. Then when you start that robot, it buy more than that pricing. For instance, now it's trading at $1 and you are seeing it. When it want to buy, it will like buy higher. I have noticed this several times.
Yes, I explained the callback functions. The robot cannot buy it will trigger the first buy. Maybe you saw the coin at $1. The robot will buy when there is an increase. You said you should buy at $1. It has triggered the $1. It will wait if the coin will go down. But if the coin will go, it will only buy when there's an increase, when the coin moves up by your buy-in callback.
Okay.
So that is why you see that you saw it at $1, but when it started, it now entered $1 dot something.
Okay,
Yes.
Last question is: can you please bring back that your screen, that cell manual cell? I want to understand something.
Manual cell. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, the manual cell. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Oh, can you click it, please?
Okay, I've clicked on it.
Okay. Now, if you want to, let's say, sell, enter trigger price. Okay. Because what I cannot
you just
here,
click on market price.
Okay, can you click it? Okay. Then
I've clicked market price, then you click on confirm, it will say. Sell has to it has to display. If your trade is on if your strategy mode is on way out mode,
yes.
When you click on sell, you will see percentages.
Okay. Good. That's
So you
actually
can
what I.
decide. You can decide to sell 25%. You can decide to sell 50%. You can decide
Okay.
to sell 75%. You can decide to sell 100%.
Okay,
Why?
that's good.
It's because of in warehouse mode, the robot sees everything as one.
Yeah.
So you can decide to sell some parts. You can decide to sell another part. You understand? But
Yeah.
when you are now trading in with sub-bin mode, the robot has bought some margins and all that. You cannot sell like that. You
Okay.
cannot sell 25%. The robot cannot start differentiating the first buy, your margin 1 to 4. And so if you want to sell like that, you must sell everything. There's no option to,
Okay.
to decide which part you want to sell.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So do we have any other questions? I know we have questions on the chat. Is it Prince? Prince, are you the one that? Okay, Prince. Okay, it's Prince. So, do we have any other question? I know we have in the chat. Okay, let me go to the chat. Let me go from the starting. Okay. Okay, it's like okay. Someone I call this one. Okay, let's please, when you enter $100 for the first call, what is now the total capital? Because I think if the total capital is $100, the first call should be 50. I've explained that why the remaining capital will be distributed to the margin call. Please, this is your question. Was it after did you answer this question after the class, or do you answer it after my explanations, or you answered it before? Because I explained that if you have 200, you use half of it and keep half for margin calls, because in the signal, the one shot signal you will be entering, it might tell you to cover maybe 3% replacement or 5% replacement. So we not even tell you to cover anyone. And you might notice that the coin you enter might just sell only your first buy amount. It might not buy any margin. In the bull run, this Zoom is about bull run. So I'm just sharing the experience we had in 2021. If you have $100 and you now decide to use $25 to start, you set the coin at 2%, and the robot refused to buy any of your margins, you see that you'll be earning 2% on 25. And you start getting in the bull run. When you start seeing people uploading their profits, you now say, this person is also trading with $100. You are trading with $100. Why is the person's profit bigger than your own? Most people, they answer that question during the last bull run. So this is the knowledge we are passing. Some person might have seen the chart and see that this coin have retraced so much, it will not go down again. So since my capital is 200, they will carry their 200 and put in the first buy amount. Your own capital is still 200, but you started with 25 or you started with 50. That person that saw the chart, that is where knowledge comes in reading the chart. You might not read the chart. You are playing, okay, you want to budget 150. You started with 50, you want to budget 150. Please, as we enter the bull run, knows that the person that is making more profit is more to learn. He knows that, or he or she knows how to read the chart. You have seen that this coin has dropped, it has retraced by 10%, it has retraced by 20%. This is bull run. So a coin that retraced 20% in bull run, you want it to still go down. Coins don't go down like that in bull run. So if that person carries all the 200 and puts in first buy amount, when he sees that signal and he sets 2% of $200 as his first buy without any margin calls, that person will make more money than you that started with $25. But you will now start saying, but your trading capital for this coin is $200 as that same person. But you forgot that The person saw the chart and understood that the coin will not go down, so no need to keep money for margin calls. He used all the 200 to start, and he made, and it's a one shot. So it's so after giving him 2%, he sold, and you saw his profits. So please, as we enter, nobody should envy anybody's profits. Get your knowledge, apply it, and you get your results. Okay, second question: how do you know the volatile coins? We know it by experience. You understand? Me, I've experienced one cycle before, so me, I know some coins that can pump higher, and I've mentioned them in the space of my lecturing. I've mentioned ATA because we have seen ATA did 200% before. I mentioned Dodge. We have seen Dodge. Is it Dodge? Yes, we have seen Dodge. Dodge gave someone 51 million in the last bull run. It pumps from 7 cents to 73 cents. We have seen Shiba. When Elon Musk pumped it, it flew. It did more than, I think, 80 or 100%. Or more. What am I saying? 100%? Like it did up to 500% when Elon Musk pumped it the other time. Be Dodge or be Shiba. So we have seen some coins. Acro, we saw Acro did almost 300%. So most of those coins, but you will not see Bitcoin doing them. So we know coins that are volatile through experience. Okay, so one for Rosalind said, why? I don't know your question. Why? Okay, maybe the person is replying to OBM. Okay, so CY said, when, for instance, you mistakenly take part of the coin inside the exchange, how do you replace it? Yes, if you have the USDT, you go to trade in your Binance, you go to convert. So you convert some USDT to the quantity of the coin you want to balance. So you convert USDT to the quantity. So you get the quantity that is short, then you can replace it. To be in your spot wallet. Once you do any converting, the quantity of the coin comes back to your spot wallet. Okay, so the trade will not be abnormal. So I've answered that. So CY said, please, when, for instance, you mistakenly take part of the coin. Okay, I've said that. Afam, you said you cannot hear me. I can't hear you. I hope you owned your Afam. Let me see. Okay, you can hear me now. No? Maybe when you join the Zoom, please, you always click on the join audio. When you click on the join audio, you will now see Wi-Fi or secular. You click on it, then you start hearing. Okay, so let me go back to the chat. Okay, let's go back to, okay. Timpon said, I do not understand when you have to set the take profit to 500 like in the last coin. Yes, I told someone was asking me, how can they use the RoyalQ robot to hold a coin for the bull run? The bull run lasts for 1 year plus some months. It starts after the halving. The Rubon have already started. We have the pre-bull run, post-bull run. That is after with the halving, Bitcoin halving at the middle. So after the Bitcoin halving, the bull runs from that April 2024. It will enter 2025, and you will now start. It will reach the peak around that August, September. At least that is what we saw in the last cycle. So we can use RoyalQ to still hold coin, in the sense that if you buy a coin, you put it on one shot and you increase the take profits percentage. Like ING in our last month's Zoom, I mentioned ING when it was $6, and I said ING will do more than 500%. ING currently, since that time, is it last month I mentioned it, or last 2 months, ING have done more than 150%. So anybody trading that entered ING when ING was $6, that is when I called it on the Zoom. $6. ING today entered $17. So it must have done more than 300%. You see? So some coins will do more than 500. Some will do more than 1,000%. So that coin you saw there was in one of my accounts is for holding. So that is, it was 100% before, 1,000% before I reduced it to 500. So, okay, is this where the chat ended? So please, do we have any other question? Okay, someone asks, Olu Bukola, please, can I reduce my margin calls from 20 margins to maybe 15? Or it must be 20 based on the Excel sheet? Because I'm using 300 for a coin and my first position amount is 20. I'm thinking of increasing the amount to 100 based on your lecture. Yes, if you follow my lecture, check just exactly, I believe I've been able to explain. If you have checked that your robot in this coin, in this trade, is only buying margin 1 to margin 7, please, you can just leave 3 more margins. Then you can remove your margin, the remaining margin, and use it to make profits. We are in the bull run to make profits, please. Thank you. It's not that you keep idle money, because the coins will not drop to 50% in the bull run. It's only when we have reached the peak of Bitcoin and you see Bitcoin falling, and it will happen in 2025, because in last season, all through 2020, coins was just going up till 2021, September, October, when Bitcoin reached the 68,000 and starts falling. So do we have any other question? What's any question? Like, I've answered everything. Okay, please, do you have any other question? You can use the chat. You can use the chat, or you unmute yourself. Wow, this should be our longest Zoom ever. So if you are new here, you need to ask question, please, you can ask. Or you can use the chat box. So those that joined us for the first time, is there anyone with any question to ask? Hello. So if there's no question, let's
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you can
Please,
go ahead.
Yeah, I added $120 to my trading capital. So how do I go about the setting?
You added 120 to your trading capital, and I explained your current trades. Is the margin calls, are they buying, is your robot buying all your margin calls? What do you want to do with the robot? If you listen to all my explanations, you should be able to know, to decide what you do with your added USD capital. If you want to use it to enter one-shot margins, which I've explained how to enter it and how to start. With your 120, if your other trade is doing okay, you can still, like I will tell someone, when you are selling provision store and you are selling only bag of fries, you don't expect the family around that are patronizing you to eat fries every day. If they come to your shop today and buy rice, will they come tomorrow to buy rice? If they come tomorrow to say they want to buy Milo, they want to drink tea, or they want to buy bread, do you have it in your shop? So if you are trading rice, if you are selling only rice, at least you should be looking to expand. If we are entering the bull season, all coins will be doing well. It will not be bad if you add more capital to trade 2 or 3 or 4, so that if coin A did not do well today, coin B will do well. If coin B did not do well today, coin C will do well. You have added 120. If your coin is doing well, and it's not exceeding your margin calls, you are making profits from it, you can use this one to enter the some one short signal. If you have 120, you can use 100 as your first buy. If you check the chart, and see that, okay, you will need like 3 margin calls, you can use 60 as your first buy. Keep 60 for 3 margin calls. That is 20, 20, 20. You understand? So with that, you can be able to enter the one short signals and be making money from it while your cycle trade continues. You have cycle trade going on. You have one short signals. You have money to enter one short signals. So that is it. Okay? Sammy, have I answered your questions?
Yeah, thank you. Let me go to my app.
Okay, so someone asked, how does the gas fees improve the trading performance or profit? How does the gas fees improve the trading performance? Or your gas fees is just like you answering how do the NEPA bill you pay in your shop, in your provisions shop, how does it improve your performance in your provision store? Remember, if you don't have light, your freezer will not work. If you are selling frozen items, if you don't throw your dirty, your shop will be smelling. If you don't pay for water, you don't have water to either drink or water to wash in your shop. So the gas fees enhance the robots to trade well for you. Okay? You are also asked, and also, is there a limit for gas fees? There's no limit for trade profits, there's no limit for gas fees. As the robot is making profits for you, it must be drinking water. Person wey work must chop. So as the robot is working, it's also chopping. It will be taking gas fees as it's working for you, but they are little fractions from what is making for you. The robot does not have access to the profits in your exchange. The robot does not have access to withdraw any money from your exchange. It only reads the market. It buys and sells and make profits for you. You take 100% in your exchange. The robot takes some fraction from that profit. It deducts it from your gas fees. So as it's working, it will chop. First we work must chop. So that is it. Okay. Someone asked, for instance, my gas fee finish or not enough to close a trade because the take profit is higher than the gas fee. What will happen? The robot is not greedy. The robot is not selfish. It's there to make profits for you. If your gas fees cannot accommodate the profit it will make for you, it will still go ahead to make that profit for you, but your gas fee account will be in negative. It will give you how did they used to call it? It will give you a check, a order check. So anytime you fund once your account is in negative, it will stop trading. But it must sell that your coin and give you the profits. But your account will be in negative, meaning it will not trade again until you fuel it. So that is it. Okay. So I've answered you. So is there any other question? We have tried today. I don't know if I think I should be having more questions today. So I don't understand what is happening. It's not that tomorrow now someone will enter my DM and start asking me questions. So do we have a leader famous here? Osha, is leader famous here?
He's not here. He
Famous is
was
not
though.
here.
He left.
Okay.
It's
Does
almost almost
Obi
11.
we'll be rounding up now. Yes, we have taken time. I don't know if leader OBN will say something just short, so we can just round it up. At least today is for practical. At least we have achieved this one. At least the questioning and we reduce.
Yeah, thank you, leader George. Like I say, I call George Prof. You get why? As your accounts, it will really it break into pieces for even me. I'm still gaining till tomorrow. So whenever he speaks, I'm always respect his view, and you can see why I call him Prof. Thank you, leader Oshuari. Thank you, everybody that is here. We can go on and on with this Zoom. We are in the business of raising leaders. The more people know how to trade on their own, the more they understand the kind of setting they need to use in the bull season and the kind of setting they used to use in the bear season. Be better for us. The mistake we made in the past, we not make it this time around. And you now see now if you can now get a lot of people that can trade on their own and they are leaders, it will benefit you as a team builder. Because the purpose of you making money, is for us to go out there and teach people also, that they can actually trade in this crypto market from their Binance, and thereby they will not fall into the hands of scammers, and that's why we stayed, when we started 2021, when I got introduced to RoyalQ. I saw it on my offline status, and I came to him. I was invited to a Zoom like this, and the next day I got started, and the story has really really changed. And when I got this, I knew this was it because I've been in network marketing for over a decade, and I saw the opportunity income that are crazy. I will say I'm one of the leaders, that make crazy income. Maybe I can share. Let me try and share my results. I don't want to take much of our time. I'm not sharing this to brag. I'm just sharing it to for us to know that RoyalQ works. But you have to just put in the work. So since I started 2021, there's no day I've not made money. You can see today I made. We are tomorrow in tomorrow already $14. Yes, today we call yesterday in Singapore time. I made $76, $48, $48, $45, $200, around $12. When I look at the total income, it's around 18,000, around $56. You understand? This is not to brag, but to show you that this opportunity is available for you with your data, with your phone, and with your belief and consistency. When the bear season started, most people left RoyalQ. And that's what happens in crypto trading. Cryptocurrency. People leave Binance during the bear season and come back during the bull season. So we don't want to be like don't have to have that hard mentality, that runs when there is a problem and come back when everybody is saying hooray, hooray. At the end of the day, they will buy the top, which we did. We bought the top, and coins fell 90%, 80%, and most people ran away. Now when they are supposed to be buying now, they are waiting. Now when the top now comes, they will come. You understand? Now RoyalQ also, is stopping what we call Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme. You don't have to be now losing your money every time. Perennial losers. You go after shiny object and you lose your money. You can actually retain your money and make you make as many percentage as possible. And knowing that even if you fall into what we call floating loss, your money is there for you. The only thing is if you use your hand now to if you use your own hand, to open it for scammers. You understand? If you expose your password, and that's when you get into trouble. So RoyalQ is here, to save us a lot. And you can see, apart from apart from the total days in there's activation bonus, people coming into my team, I make profit when somebody comes, and directly or indirectly, I make, these are indirect bonuses. I have direct bonus. People I register directly. When they make money, I make money. And for my team bonus also, team quantification, I make a lot of money. So RoyalQ is here, to really show us that what is possible. And with RoyalQ bot, I've been able to do a lot. In 6 months, I erected 2 buildings, one in Oyo State, one in Osun State. I've used like maybe 4 cars, since the RoyalQ started, the GLX, um, Highlander, Toyota, and I have only also the RAV4. So RoyalQ has been a blessing for me. The thing is, when you is here, if you are new here, please get started. RoyalQ is the real deal. I've done, like I said, I've done network marketing for over a decade, and RoyalQ is a game changer for me. It's so easy, Imagine using just $10 per month to make as much as possible. Okay, see somebody like Famous. Famous makes $300, $200. He's only making more than somebody like me that have a big team right now. So it's not like, say, okay, if you are not trading, if you don't have a team, you can trade and make your money. Just have huge capital. Like I told Famous, I told everybody in the group, RoyalQ, you don't need the permission, to be outstanding. You don't need any permission, to withdraw your money. So this is the characteristics of cryptocurrency. You don't need any permission. Just make your money, and you cash out. Nobody, when you go to your P2P, you make your money. I don't know when George goes to P2P to sell his coins, So nobody's controlling anybody here. The only thing is I was supporting to show George, about this business. And George showed somebody that showed Oshuari, I don't know who showed Famous, but it's in the line of George, you understand? And RoyalQ is making us family. I've not seen George, physically. I've not touched, I've not shake his hand. So we just started, but this opportunity, is making us family, and we're actually impacting each other because of RoyalQ. So RoyalQ is the best thing that can ever work up to everybody. Like somebody like me from the village here in Lesha, Osun State, can make this kind of income. So if you are here, please get started. And if you are already in RoyalQ, get serious. RoyalQ is the real deal. That somebody in the UK or US can actually, convert what we are making here in Nigeria. And it's possible. You can be anywhere in the world and make this kind of income. If you believe and you stay consistent, you stay focused, we get there. And like I said, in closing, we're in the business of raising leaders, So RoyalQ has come to stay, Please, let's get started and let's run with it. So thank you, Leader George. Thank you, Ashwaris. Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow. And when you're coming, always bring somebody. Tell somebody to say somebody. And RoyalQ is here, to change the world, to make a world better for us. So thank you. Have a good night rest.
Thank you, Leader OBM. I appreciate your words of encouragement. I want to believe that if you are new here, you should be motivated. Those of us that heard it, some of us heard it the first time, and we joined the next day. Some of us heard it after 1 week and we joined. And some of us heard it after 1 month and we joined. We have some people that heard it after 1 year and they joined. But in all, the time you join should matters. As you all know that we have the season of crypto. We have the time, just like in planting, we have the time for planting, we have the time for harvesting. Don't come and plant when people are harvesting. Now we are saying start RoyalQ, start trading crypto, and ride with us as we start harvesting. Start now so you harvest when the bull run starts properly. You are hearing it now. And when the crypto wave starts coming up, maybe when Bitcoin have started reaching 50, 60,000, 70, that is now when you now decide that you want to be ready. Don't come and you know what, when a farmer plants when others are harvesting, you know what will happen. So leader Oshawe, you can take it up from here. Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you so much, Leader George. The OBM, thank you so much. Also, I just want to appreciate everybody that that have joined the Zoom, and I want to encourage every one of us. It's a legit business. It's not a get rich quick scheme. So don't expect that you start today and then tomorrow you become a millionaire or billionaire. You have to work for it. Keep attending Zooms. I encourage you people to attend Zoom. Most of you don't come to Zoom. I know that most of you came to this Zoom. We don't expect you to understand everything Leader George said today. It's not possible. Leader George and most of us, the leaders here, we've been new, so we understand that these things takes time, and that's why we encourage you to always come to Zoom. Always come to Zoom. There's nothing. I don't know why people are running away from Zoom meetings. Also, I would also like to make you understand that most of all, if not most, all the leaders in RoyalQ also have their robots. They are traders like you and I. The difference is just that they made themselves available, to help, and they have a team. We've had like other team. Most people, they just activate people when they get the benefits. You will not even see them. They will run away. They will leave their downline to be wandering around. So if you see your leader that's coming through for you, dropping messages on the group, organizing Zoom, it's in your best interest to come and learn. Again, we have our own robots, so you should be responsible for your business the same way we are responsible for our business. So again, please be encouraged to always come to Zoom meetings, and I wish everybody great success in the coming bull run. If you are just joining the crypto space, the RoyalQ, I'm sure you are enjoying right now. It has not been easy for us that we have been here. If you came after September, don't worry, you are enjoying. Just keep enjoying, keep learning, keep earning. If you have small capital, please try and grow your capital. Stop looking at people that have big capital. You start running helter-skelter. Focus on your own, focus on yourself, and always try as much as possible to increase and improve your capital, because capital matters a lot, a whole lot. Thank you very much for attending this Zoom. We'll see you on Thursday. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, everyone.